Have you ever noticed this? Out of every place in your home, your cat chooses to sleep right on your chest. Not beside you, not at your feet, but directly on top of you, close enough to feel your breathing, your heartbeat. Most people think it's just affection, maybe warmth, maybe comfort. But what if that's only the surface? Because the truth is, this one behavior is doing something much deeper, something instinctive, calculated, and surprisingly precise. And once you understand what your cat is really doing in that moment, you'll never look at it the same way again. 1. Your cat is mapping your heartbeat. Here's the part most people never even think about. When your cat settles onto your chest, they're not just looking for a soft place to lie down. They're positioning themselves directly over one of the most stable rhythmic signals your body produces, your heartbeat. Think about that. Cats are incredibly sensitive to vibration. Long before they rely on sight or sound, they read the world through subtle physical patterns, tiny shifts, pulses, and rhythms most humans don't even notice. So when your cat lays on your chest, they're syncing with you. Your breathing slows, your heartbeat steadies, and without realizing it, your cat is tuning into that pattern like a living metronome. But here's where it gets deeper. In the wild, consistent rhythm means safety. Erratic movement means danger. So by choosing your chest, by choosing your heartbeat, your cat is placing themselves in the most predictable, controlled environment available. Not random, not accidental, intentional. And over time, this becomes a shared regulation loop. You calm them, they calm you. That quiet moment where your cat is resting on your chest, it's not just affection, it's co-regulation happening in real time. And once you start seeing it that way, you realize your cat isn't just lying on you. They're trusting your body to set the rhythm for their entire nervous system. Now I'm curious about your cat. Do they always aim for your chest? Or do they switch spots depending on your mood and how you're feeling? Type 1 in the comments if your cat is a heartbeat sleeper. And if you're starting to see these little behaviors in a completely different way, make sure you're subscribed. Because what comes next goes even deeper into how your cat actually experiences you. 2. Your chest is the warmest living surface in the room. At first glance, this one seems simple. Your cat sleeps on your chest because it's warm. But that explanation is incomplete. Because if it were only about heat, your cat would choose a blanket, a sunny window, a soft cushion that holds warmth longer than your body ever could. And yet, they keep choosing you. Here's why. Your chest isn't just warm, it's actively generating heat in a very specific way. Your core body temperature is more stable than your hands or feet. It rises and falls in subtle, predictable patterns tied to your breathing and circulation. So when your cat lays there, they're not just absorbing heat. They're experiencing a living heat source, one that moves, adjusts, and responds in real time. And for an animal that evolved to conserve energy at all costs, this is the most efficient place they can be. Minimal effort, maximum comfort, zero unpredictability. But here's the part most people miss. Warmth, for cats, is not just physical, it's neurological. Heat signals safety. Safety allows the body to fully relax. And only in that state can a cat enter deep, vulnerable sleep. So when your cat chooses your chest over every other warm spot in the house, they're not just picking temperature. They're picking the kind of warmth that feels alive, stable, and emotionally safe. Not just heat, but your heat. And once you see that distinction, it becomes clear. Your cat isn't just getting comfortable, they're choosing the one place where comfort and security overlap perfectly. 3. You become their elevated safe zone. Now layer this on top of everything we've just talked about. Your cat isn't just choosing warmth, and they're not just syncing with your heartbeat, they're choosing position. When your cat climbs onto your chest, they're placing themselves above the ground, on a surface that's slightly elevated, stable, and connected to something they trust. And in a cat's world, elevation changes everything. Higher ground means better awareness. Better awareness means more control. And more control means safety. That's why cats love shelves, counters, the back of the couch. But your chest? That's something different. Because it's not just elevated, it's anchored to you. A moving, breathing platform that your cat already trusts, already understands, and already feels safe around. So instead of choosing a cold, static high spot in the room, they choose the highest value position available. one that gives them visibility, stability, and emotional security all at once. And here's where it gets interesting. They're not just climbing up, they're climbing onto you, which means in that moment, you're not just part of their environment anymore. You are the safe place, the surface, the structure, the center of control. And once a cat starts seeing you that way, their behavior begins to shift in subtle ways you might not even notice at first. The following: the checking in, the quiet need to stay within reach, because now it's no longer just about where they can rest, it's about who they're orienting around. And that shift from place to person is exactly what leads into the next layer of this behavior. 4. This is their way of claiming you as their safe point. By now, it might look like your cat is just getting comfortable, but what's actually happening is more structural than that. Your cat is building a mental map of their world, and in that map, there's always one central reference point, a place everything orbits around, a position they return to when nothing else feels certain. And over time, that point becomes you. When your cat chooses your chest, they're not just finding comfort, they're reinforcing that map, your scent, your rhythm, your presence, all layered together into one consistent signal that says, this is where things are okay. So every time they climb onto you, every time they settle right over your heart, they're not just resting, they're recalibrating, reaffirming that you are still the center, still predictable, still safe. And the more often this happens, the stronger that association becomes, until eventually your presence isn't just familiar, it's foundational. Now here's the part most people never notice. This isn't something your cat does with everyone. It's selective, precise, and built over time through repeated trust. So if your cat keeps choosing your chest, even when there are other warm, soft places around, that's not random behavior. That's a decision. And if you've ever wondered whether your cat truly sees you as their safe point, this is one of the clearest signals you'll ever get. Type 4 inches the comments if your cat does this consistently. And if you're starting to recognize these patterns in your own cat, make sure you're subscribed, because the next layer takes this even deeper. Because once you become that central reference point, something else begins to happen. Something most people completely overlook, and it changes how you interpret every quiet moment your cat chooses to be close to you. 5. The ultimate display of vulnerability. And this is where everything changes. Sometimes, your cat doesn't just curl up on your chest. They completely sprawl out. All their weight sinks into you, their body goes loose, their paws relax, their eyes fully closed like they've completely checked out of the world. No tension, no readiness, no backup plan. And that detail matters more than most people realize, because for a cat to survive, they rely on 3 things: speed, balance, and the ability to react instantly. They don't just rest anywhere. They don't just switch off. They stay partially alert, always ready to move, to jump, to escape. But when your cat chooses to lie on your chest like that, they're doing the exact opposite. They're removing their ability to react quickly. They're limiting their movement. They're giving up their escape routes. And they're doing it on purpose, which means in that moment, they're not just comfortable, they're exposed. Now here's what makes this even more significant. In 2019, researchers at Oregon State University found that cats form secure attachment bonds with their owners in a way that closely mirrors how human babies attach to their mothers. That means your cat isn't just recognizing you as familiar, they're identifying you as a secure base, a place where their system can finally power down without fear. So when your cat stretches out across your chest, completely still, completely relaxed, they're not just finding a warm place to sleep, they're making a decision to trust you enough to let go of the very instincts that keep them alive. And once you understand that, you stop seeing it as a small, everyday behavior and start seeing it for what it really is, the clearest signal your cat can give you, that you are their ultimate safe space. And maybe the most important part of all of this is that your cat never explained any of it to you. No words, no obvious signals, no clear intention, just small, repeated behaviors, done over and over again until they became easy to ignore, sleeping on your chest, pressing into you, letting their whole body relax without hesitation. But now that you've seen what's really happening, you can't unsee it, because none of it was random. Not the warmth, not the position, not the stillness. It was communication, quiet, precise, and incredibly consistent. So the next time your cat climbs onto your chest, pause for a second, not to move them, not to question it, just to notice it. Because in that moment, you're not just being used as a place to sleep, you're being trusted completely. Not just as someone they like, not just as someone who takes care of them, but as the one place in the world where they can truly let go. And once you start seeing your cat that way, every quiet moment like this starts to feel a little different.